Alright, my buddy, he just told me about this game a couple weeks ago,
That
and
hurt.
I went ahead and downloaded it, which was a great decision on my part. And you guys should
That hurt
too.
too. Why
It's
is
a great
why are
game.
all these people
Best
trying to
part about
hurt
it,
me?
it's free. Name of the game is America's Army Proving
Grenades.
Ground, and this is actually an old game that they made for the PC a long time ago in 2010. And I say they, I mean America's Army, which I think is actually really cool and a little fascinating that the Army
Not looking hot for the
made
home
its
team.
own game. Not as a propaganda tool, as some people may
It's
think,
looking
but
better.
as a training tool, an honest training tool
Man, they are
to
just rushing in there like
practice
it don't
on
even matter. Like
cohesiveness and working together
I
as a
don't have to pay
team,
attention to
working,
nobody's rules.
um, calling out, flanking, communication, room clearing, mount training, all this other stuff, and but mostly the callouts. And so it was a tool created for and used by America's Army, which I think is really
Oh,
cool,
don't know where that other guy
and
was that shot
it
at
made
me,
it
but I'm
into a
assuming he's
big
like
game that
next.
people actually enjoyed playing,
Stinks.
made
That's where one
tournaments
of
out
them.
of because it is
I guess
so
not.
objective based and team oriented that you know it keeps
No,
people
I'm
like
going
me
X.
into the
I want
game.
to go X.
And
I'm going X.
anyway, I think that's really fascinating. So that's your little fun quib fact for this video. But aside from all that other stuff, get straight into the meat. This game is great. I wouldn't say it's wonderful or
3
amazing.
hours now.
It doesn't have a lot of
Scared. There's so many
stars
doors.
and
It's
um,
also open.
flair or anything. It's a really simple game. There's only a handful of weapons that you can choose from, um, and there's not really all that much that can be done differently except for working with your team differently, going different ways, and but again, it's like old style Call of Duty.
Two people
Not much can be changed
going
about
to
that
C.
either. It's just different attacking directions, and people you play against. So, but this game is a lot like Call of Duty. It feels like Call of Duty or Blacklight Redemption, or Blacklight Retribution, I think is the name of the game. But
Yeah,
it's
let's
a lot
fight
like
this
those
puppy
games
again.
if you've played either of those. SOCOM as well, a lot like SOCOM.
Nope.
But anyway, there's three different game types. There's one of them which is VIP, and that's what I'm playing right now, and I am the VIP, which is a very important person. I'm supposed to get to the exit and be done. The whole team is supposed to help keep me alive and get me to the exit.
I don't think anybody's
And that's
coming
their
this
whole
way.
game plan. The other team's game plan is
I
to kill
touched the
me
sniper. He went mid. Okay, you got him.
or kill the entire team. But definitely prevent me from running to the escape.
Never mind. I thought I was about to make
And
a run for it.
then it gets really tricky sometimes when the VIP doesn't have good communication and wants to run off and do his own thing, or
Nice.
the VIP gets zipped up off the rip,
Let's go ahead. No, never mind.
which is rare, but it does happen. And to get zipped up, I mean to be captured or secured, because after you're killed, you're put down, but you can be revived. Unless you secure that person, then you can't be revived anymore, and it's very useful.
Shot by his own teammates.
It's very cool that when you're done, you're done. When you're captured, you're captured. One thing, the tutorial doesn't cover melees at all, and I get a lot of people asking me how I melee people, because you can't knife, and people think that it can't be done, but you just have to be behind them and hold square. If you're on the PlayStation, if you're on the Xbox, then hold X. But yeah, you have to be behind them, and sometimes it's finicky when moving. It's a little hairy sometimes. And then the other game type is on this map, and it's C4, which is essentially sabotage or search and destroy, and more like search and destroy, I suppose. But yeah, so VIP, C4, and then objective, which is pretty much capture the flag. And so 3 simple game types, and each map has its own game type. So there's only 6 maps, and for right now, because when it was on the PC, they had plenty of downloads and DLC maps and everything. So hopefully, if we get the fan base up in this game, then we can develop it, force them into re-releasing the DLCs for consoles and everything. That would be really nice. But anyway.
Balin, alright, there's sniper tower. There's sniper tower.
But we'll see
for,
pretty soon in the next coming
another
weeks
one.
as to how much,
Where there's one man,
you know,
there's
attention we're
many
putting
men.
into this
They
game.
might be flanking
And
hard,
the more
though,
attention we
dang.
put into this game, the more attention the developers are gonna be forced to have
Same dude that I think I just killed.
on this game as well.
Nope,
you know, to
definitely
keep
not.
us happy, to keep us entertained, and if we get enough people to download this game, then man, they'll have to re-release those downloads. They'll have to, you know, hopefully try and upgrade some of this, some of the skins that we're seeing right now, the textures, I guess. They'll definitely have to fix the servers. The one thing that drives me nuts on this game is trying to group up with my friends. That is the one thing that's just driving me nuts right now. And when you group up with your friends, it's iffy on joining a match together or at all for some of you, and it's just really spotty. And I would like some consistency with the matchmaking under a party. And other than that, this game's awesome though. The teamwork community is great. You know, the simplistic game is just,
Nope, don't do that.
it's wonderful to me because it also still keeps people focused on what is actually important, which is the movement. The movement and the shooting, you know, shoot, move, and communicate is what we used to say all the time, and that's the most important thing. You know, you got to be able to shoot, you got to be able to move, you got to be able to communicate. To be a good team, that's all you got to do. You know, it sounds simple, but you know, you'd be surprised, I guess, that with how many people do poorly at all those things. So,
if you come in through the window.
But yeah, we need to give this game some attention. Show it some
dude
love.
right
Give it a free download. What have you got to lose? Give it a free download. Try it out a couple times. If you ever see me on, then go ahead and hit me up too. And one thing that's really cool is in between matches, you can talk shit to the other team too. So go ahead and do that. You know. So, so yeah, give it a free download. Talk shit to me if you ever see me on there. You know, and
inside to the right, our right.
Tell me what you think, fellas.
Oh, I'll knife this.
Give it a go.
Oh no, come here, girl. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Oh, you